separates people at that point is diligence. There's a really great book by this author for the New Yorker. His name is Aabany, and it's called Better. And it's about how you can do anything better, not through new technology or not through innovation, but by simply being careful and being focused and working hard. And the power-up point for me, and I think the power-up point that you see for a lot of junior associates, is when a crisis hits, if someone is out on vacation, or if you're hit with a preliminary injunction, if something needs to be turned over in a matter of a couple of days, it's the person that will stay with the partner through all hours of the night and try to understand not just what do I need to do, but what is it that the partner's doing, and how can I make that job easier. And it's amazing that, even just being there, like if you know someone's staying up all night writing, even just being there and trying to help in any way that you can, and just being there, that gets you a lot of gratitude and it really brings you into the fold. I think a lot of the questions, Einstein was very nice when she front-ended us by giving us questions that she might bring up with us. And a lot of these questions are about mentorship. I think in all the various organizations that we've all been involved with, we've seen the difference between sort of like a formal mentor program where you have someone that's your official mentor, and then someone that's an actual mentor, like someone that you actually go to and have a real bond with. In each case that I found in my life, the mentors that I had were people that I put out for. They're people that I essentially I've led for in the work. And after working for them and trying for them and making their lives easier, these are the people that then turned around and went out of their way to try to help me out. And so it's to be a foil, if you're going to be in that contour, I do think that sort of hard work and that it's a combination of hard work and understanding how your work fits into someone else's picture.
With Elton, I had worked at a corporate immigration firm prior to starting my practice called Fragment of the First Counsel. And at that time when I worked there, the challenge was really making sure that I met the goals of the partner of Counsel. And my time was completely 100% dedicated to that firm. So if that was 80 hours a week, then that's what I had to do at that time. Now, unfortunately, there were layoffs, as many lawyers were laid off, and I was one of them, in 2009. And at that point, there was a major challenge for me in terms of what do I do? Do I look for another big law firm, or do I look for a smaller law firm, or do I just take this opportunity now to open up my own practice? And it was a very difficult decision for me at that time. I was given some notice before I was laid off. I was lucky enough to have some notice, so I thought about it, and after weighing the pros and cons, I realized that this was my time to open my practice. One, because I didn't think that it would be very easy to find a position in another law firm when everyone was being laid off, so therefore immigrants were no longer in the country. They were really not finding jobs here. So I decided, I'll start my own practice. If I can't find work, at least I can build a firm at this point, and when the economy gets better, then I'll get more clients at that time, and I'll be ready to handle them. So that was a huge challenge for me, and I think that at the end, I did make the right decision for me at that time. I don't know what the audience is thinking in terms of what your individual situations are, how many years of experience you had. At that time, I had 5 years of experience in immigration, 3 years as an immigration attorney. So I think that at that time I had the knowledge to take on my own cases. I had already been doing a lot of the work myself with minor supervision. So I knew how to find answers to the questions, and I knew how to handle clients and how to just do the daily tasks, the billing, making sure following up, making sure that someone's not expiring. So those are decisions that I had to make at that time, whether I had enough information to open my own practice. And if you're thinking about opening your own practice, then you need to know how ready are you? How much can you do independently without a supervisor? Those are the criteria that I would look at.
Interesting what Vanessa just said, because I've been through so many different parts of my real estate career. I was in the claims department first, American Title last year, which is the number one title underwriting country. I wasn't trained to be a litigator. However, I felt confident and honored that the chief of the claims department, who received 300 resumes in 1 day, had said to me that I know that you've been a title underwriting counsel for 10 years and you have the analytical ability to interpret claims. You know the area of the law. So in terms of jump starting, sometimes in a succession you may not have the area of the law that you want to be in, but if you know you're a good lawyer, you made it through law school, and you have that ability, I would suggest people to transition in the careers. And I'm a prime example. I've done so many different areas of the title industry. From after being in claims, I know from beginning to end. And when people sit at the table and I'm telling them no, it's not closed, you don't understand, Margaret. I was a bank attorney. I was a transactional attorney 25 years ago. I've done the whole gamut from soup to nuts. And if you can feel that that's part of your career, and it's hard for me, I'm older, and some of my colleagues after 25 years are losing their jobs in firms. In terms of jump-starting your career, I'm going to say you have to be passionate about the law. I love what I do, and I hate to step away from it, so I'm willing to be flexible in my career. As of now at Liberty, I am what I call hybrid. When I went to them, they have 3 senior counsels and no work coming in. And that's the nature of the beast right now. Lenders are not loaning money out right now. That's a big problem. People want to buy houses and cannot get loans no matter how clean their credit is right now. And I literally presented to them, I have a book of different methods with clients, and I wanted to be what I call the hybrid. I want to say the nice way that I can do marketing and sales. I have at least 10 of my colleagues who are doing that, and it sounded awful for us, but I said on the premise that I could also be the substantive part as legal counsel of my clients coming in. I insist that I work on their file. So I was able to jumpstart my career to keep it going and stay in what I do, because otherwise, a lot of my friends are leaving real estate just whether it's on the law, they're not happy about it. You gotta be happy with what you do. That's the basic thing I have to say. I'm curious in this room, how many of you are working as attorneys now or are working for that? And that is working now? And transitioning? Any decent dads in the room? Decent dads.
Something that I'm really curious about is I've been doing receivers, and I'm very flexible in either role in one thing or another. Transitioning to immigration and real estate, transitioning from a large firm to a registrar. Really in some cases are actually pretty big jumps. And so how do you balance that with the potential wisdom that a lot of lawyers have, which is you have to take the reins and learn how to do it. Right? At what point do you kind of walk that line between getting good at something but then actually realizing I've got to be flexible and just move on. The market's headed somewhere else.
I mean, I can talk from a junior perspective. I probably did the opposite of what most people do. What most people do is generalize first and then become more specific experts in certain fields as they get further along in their careers. What I did was, when I joined Bingham, I focused on securities litigation and SEC work, and then that really helped when I moved over to Citigroup, because that was exactly the type of work that I was doing there. So there are some dangers to that where if you can find out very quickly that you don't like that type of law. But I think there is some benefit to focusing early. I think there are always dangers, but I also think that there are some industry practices that you just know that you'll enjoy more, and so that's sometimes worth the risk taking.
I think everybody kind of knows by the end of law school what they gravitate towards. If you love corporations and you like the nuances of going through these large paragraphs that give me headaches, then you're probably slanted more towards corporate work. On the other hand, you should never say no to anything so that you can always try to be available for that transition. What got me from federal civil rights litigation to bank work and commercial litigation is the fact that I did a lot of litigation, that I had a trial, that I picked a jury in Brooklyn, that I've gotten up and spoken and settled cases and fought with people when you had to be kind of tough. So, but then I had a chance to do corporate work, and I tried it, and I got a headache, and I said, okay, you know what, I knew that this wasn't for me. I kind of do some of that now because bankruptcy involves corporate work, so I do a lot of that, but because I've got, a lot of experience in litigation, I kind of phased into it. So you just have to always be aware that there's other things out there, and while you focus on something, don't ever close your eyes to focus. You have to focus. You've got to be, if you're at a big firm, you've got to be the indispensable associate. that Kelvin was talking about, that Vanessa was talking about, but you also have to have a bigger picture. I didn't do bankruptcy work, a lot of it, but I managed to go into the bankruptcy group at a large firm because I always kept it open because I tried to get bankruptcy work, but I did. So I had enough of that, and I had enough of distress type of litigation experience where they said, okay, if we have a contested matter, we're not going to give them contract work. If we have a contested matter, we can throw them in there and we can fight about it. So there's a lot of things where you can be flexible. You just have to kind of keep your eyes open and try to slant your experience, what you think you're good at, towards other things if you think you need to do it, or should you choose if you want to try something.
Anyone else want to talk about their dramatic transition?
I'm thinking Jason's talking, when I worked through a title, a lot of the senior level counsels were leaving, and I was the only one left, woman that comes in to them. So one of my chief counsels decided to resign, and I'm all of a sudden the woman that does New York real property is faced with supervising properties in the United Kingdom, which was a challenge for me. What do I know about England, Scotland, and Ireland? Any property over $1 million US, I had to do files and this and that. And from that experience, and at the same time I was getting all of the insurance, anything over $100 million was coming to market by law. That was very overwhelming, but you know what? I did it. I learned it. And I'm smart. If you don't understand, you ask for help. Please, I have to tell you, don't be proud because of the file gets all blown up and out of control. It's going to be on your case, right? So it's a learning tool sometimes. And what I tell young attorneys, I'm a prime instance of things I didn't know how to do, but I learned how to do it. And each time you accomplish that, it's just going to jumpstart, make you feel good about it and so on. But it isn't what I intended to, I didn't go into the company. I was a New York attorney, and the next thing you know, like right now, President Elaine has in New Jersey, and I still tell people, as long as I can do real, that I'm still learning. And I think it's just gonna, when things get better, it'll complement my learning curve right now. In terms of flexibility, I know the attorney they initially tried to give me, I think, was complaining. That's not a good thing in the food chain of the legal department. I think the senior level found on that. You shouldn't complain and whine, all right? That's not something I do. However, I tell people, stand up for who you are. When I was in claims last year, sometimes I did disagree with the general counsel, the headquarters of entertainment. If I felt that wasn't a position for us to take, that we should deny or whatever, and I had the law under control, I would argue with them. If you have some conviction and you think you're right, don't hide it and shy away. If you're a lawyer, you could, that's part of proceeding. And my boss has said it. I had a file that was like $1 million in outside counsel. I read through the file as the 10th lawyer on this file for 5 years that we've been negotiating. I found an answer to it hidden in a piece of paper because nobody looked at it. And of course my boss kind of got into trouble because he spent over $1 million in outside counsel when I said pay the homeowner $100,000 investment. So I strongly urge all of you, if you're good lawyers and you believe in it, don't fight with your boss, don't be hostile. Present it. That's what I do. I present it on my little memos, bullet points and things, and argue it with them politely because I'm Asian, I'm very polite, and they'll listen.
But I think you should be flexible if you're working for someone else. If you're working for yourself, then you also need to consider a few things. One is, ethics. How quickly can you get the work done? If you're going to be taking on any case that you don't have any experience on, it will take a lot of your time. And also with networking, so it makes it easier to have a specific tactic. Because when you network, you can tell the people you meet, I do this, so I do business immigration. When people think of immigration, I want them to think of me. Now, if a criminal case comes in, then I'm going to happily say, I know so-and-so and so-and-so practices criminal law. And I'll refer that case. And I know that that person that I refer the case to, most likely when they see something immigration related, they'll send it to me. Or they'll keep a lookout for immigration related cases and they'll send it to me. So I have found that being very focused has helped my practice.
And that's something that I want to ask about as well, which is, I hear some of you guys say, especially if you have a plan. And I feel like, I think a lot of people do. Actually, just kind of roll along with this, and oh, great, something new. But how, important do you think, setting, 5-year course or 10-year course is to where you are now? And do you think it's a advice, right?
plan is critical.